How do you tell if you've actually improved as a coder? It's one of those things that's not easy to gauge, and it's something that's been bugging me for a while because I never actually can tell if I've improved or if I'm still at the same level. So, in this video, let's take a look at some of the things that we can do to keep an eye on how we're doing, and some of the things that we can also do at looking back at how far we've come since we've started coding, which is, I'm sure, a long way. I'm Adrian from Australia, by the way. If you like this kind of content, hit like, hit subscribe, and let's just jump right into it. So, programming is just not that clear when it comes to knowing how far you've improved. It's difficult to gauge. It's not like going to the gym, for example, and trying to improve in weightlifting. You can actually measure that you're on 5 kilo, 10 kilo, 15 kilo dumbbells. But in programming, when you're learning a library or a framework, there's nothing to measure against. You might end up learning more functionality, learning the techniques better, but you're not really comparing yourself to anything. One of the things I really enjoy is RPGs. It gives me a sense of pleasure knowing that my character is getting stronger or better. I have actual gear that I can visually see that is improving. And you also have a scoreboard where you can have your character stats. And as you grow, you can actually see those improve. In programming, you don't have that. And sometimes it lacks a sense of fulfillment simply because you can't see that progression. And yes, you might get a better job title, a promotion, even more money in the bank. You might even get a better car, but all of those things don't actually mean that you're a better coder. So you might jump on social media and compare yourself to other people to see, how far they're going in terms of improving their skills. And you'll find out they're publishing libraries, they're building apps, and you might feel like you're being left in the dust. You'll have a look maybe for job applications, and all the job applications now need you to be a full stack unicorn. And you're thinking, how is this even possible? How can I measure up? Maybe I haven't improved to this level because the standard's gotten so high. And at work, it can be even harder. You're doing the same thing every day, and it can be for an entire year. Without even a promotion, you don't really know if you've gotten any better, and it might feel like you've just stood in the same place. When I was working at my previous job, I was stuck in the same position for 5 years, and it was the worst experience of my life. I felt like I wasn't improving at all, and it felt like I was stuck in a rut. I couldn't see the end of the tunnel until I forced myself to quit, simply to just try and get out of there and do something more to improve. Because when you're not, you feel like your life is almost on pause. Since then, I always thought, how can I make sure that I can keep track of where I'm at and see my progression? Ideally, I would love to have like my own RPG character screen for my current development skills, and I could see more or less how I'm gaining experience points and growing as a programmer. So what I started doing is creating a checklist at the start of every year. I only spend 2 minutes on it, but on there I write down what I'm learning, what I've already learned, and what I'm planning to learn. I also write down my goals and hobbies and whatnot. It's very useful. But that way, at the end of each year, I can actually see how far I've come now, and I can actually gauge if I've learned anything or if I've just been lazy. I've also started talking to more of my friends about what they're doing. Because when you talk to someone, you might be really interested to hear about something they've created or built, but that's only the surface level. It might seem like they've achieved something and they've come a long way. And if you talk to them a little bit more and delve a little deeper, you might find out they worked an entire year on that project. They would have gone through issues and problems and poured blood, sweat, and tears into the project. And I think that's the core of improving. It's being passionate about a project and working on it until you as a person improve and grow. It's also good to look back on your history and reflect on how far you've come. When I started, I learned HTML, and at the time I knew I had truly improved when I was able to create 100 rainbow GIFs on a single web page. Sure, I might have only been 12 at the time, but that was true success in my eyes. More recently, it's a little bit harder to gauge if I've improved. Languages are changing so quickly, even JavaScript, but knowing that you can do arrow functions, you could deconstruct arrays, and all that other good stuff means that you're sort of staying in tune with it all. Also, with libraries, sometimes knowing if you've improved just means knowing that you can estimate how long it'll take you to solve a problem and being able to solve it on your own. But the best way to know if you've improved is to simply look at your old code. Whether it's code from a year ago or more, I'm sure that you'll see a dozen if not more things that you could fix up, correct, or make better. This is the way that you can tell that you've come a long way, and it's something you should be proud of. because it's one of those things that you don't always get to do, and I think it's worthwhile doing every now and then. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be more active in analyzing your code and making a plan where you want to be next year? What did you find out when you looked at your old code? Have you improved a lot? I hope this video has shown that all of you have probably improved in your coding skills and you don't even realize it. And sometimes when we're not confident in our code, we don't ask for things like pay rises or promotions. But if you've clearly come a long way and you're writing better code faster, it's taking you less time, and you're getting more done, then I think this video should give you the confidence to ask for that long overdue pay rise. Thanks for watching this video. I'm trying to do more content around development and design, and I'm trying to do a bit about more or less what it's like to be a developer. If you like this kind of content, if you want more like it, hit like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.